What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another video. My name is Corey, also known as Soul Focus. Let's go ahead and get into it. So today in this video, I want to talk about these sneakers, the Nike Blazer Mid 77 Vintage. A few years ago, I actually made a video on these sneakers, and I had no intention for this video to kind of take off, and I'm very fortunate that it did. Now, this was probably 4 or 5 years ago, kind of whenever I started getting into making YouTube videos and reviewing sneakers like these. And it's kind of funny because the video that has the most views on my channel is probably about the cheapest sneaker that I own. And of course, I titled that video how the Nike Blazer Mid 77 Vintage was better than any off-white that you could own. And I still think that that rings true to this day. We're gonna kind of talk about that, maybe some things that, a little bit of a follow-up because it's been a few years that I've owned the sneaker, and see how they've held up and just kind of talk about it. Also, I want this to be a little bit more of a interactive video with comments down below. You as viewers, subscribers, whatever. Also, if you're not subscribed, please hit the link down below, subscribe, follow, hit that bell button, do all that good stuff so you can be up to date whenever I post content like this. Whenever I initially made that video, these sneakers were not very popular. I remember whenever I bought them, I think I got them on StockX, kind of hard to remember. Took them to the battlefield, wore them to the mall, and one of the guys at Finish Line was like, "Hey man, really dope sneakers. Love that kind of 1980 look, classic basketball shoe." I'm like, yeah. Now you kind of see these everywhere. Of course, a lot of the younger generation are going to be rocking these because that's what's popular, but hell, that's what I did whenever I was younger as well. They've come out with a lot of different styles of this, while not just having that mid look, but also having a low top sneaker. They've had ones that it's like the jumbo style where the Nike swoosh will be real big and kind of wraps all the way around like this. Gives it a little bit of more of that off-white vibe, that deconstructed look. You see it here on the tongue, and you know, Nike really made that popular, of course, with the help of the collaboration of Virgil Abloh, rest in peace. Now, since that video, compared to my other videos, has taken off, it's around like 130,000. Made a follow-up video on that because I thought it was only right that a lot of things that I did wrong in the very first video, I wanted to kind of correct in the second one. I think in the first video, I didn't really like, first of all, the color grading and how everything looked on that camera. That was an old DSLR that I used at the time. It was overexposed. Music was a lot louder than what I wanted, which kind of sucks because that's, you know, the most viewed video. Update some things. I talked about it being on foot review, and I never wore them on foot. It was a review and on foot. And I honestly, like, honest to God, guys, I forgot to actually wear the sneakers to show you what they look like on foot. Probably just got into, I don't know, if you get into making content, creating content like this, you kind of sometimes forget what you're doing. So in the next video, the follow-up, I actually tried on the sneakers, showed them off, and talked about kind of the wear and tear of them and how they've been, in my opinion. If you're looking for a sneaker like this and a very budget-friendly sneaker, I still like the old school look, black and white, real simple. I do, however, get questions on how I got this pair because of the gum bottom, and the answer is, I don't know. I really just purchased them off of StockX. A lot of the sneakers that you'll see in Finish Line, Dick's Sporting Goods, Champs, they're gonna have a white outsole, or maybe something a little bit different. I guess it kind of reminds people of Vans sneakers. Yeah, I feel like that these have really held up nicely over the years. Now, the only thing is I don't really wear them a ton. They're not really comfortable. Now, this is marketed as being a vintage 70s basketball sneaker. It's very flat, which a lot of the old sneakers were. They absolutely hurt my feet. One of the things that I have talked about in every single video that I've done on these sneakers is these are probably the most difficult sneakers to put on that I've ever had to experience in my entire life. I don't know what it is. There's really no stretch or give around the ankle. The only option that I've seen is either, if they're not completely worn in, like I don't think these really are, the only other option is maybe getting stretchy laces. I've seen some people do that. I've seen commercials. I don't remember what the brand was that I saw, but yeah, getting stretchy laces so it kind of brings up this tongue and you can stretch it out to actually slide them on. Horrible. One of the worst sneakers to try on, or to try to get on. My issue has always been with the heel. It seems to rub sores on my heel. Now, other people would say, you got to wear them in, you got to do this. Talked about double socking for a little bit until they stretch out. People thought I was crazy, and don't didn't realize that some people actually do that. I've done it before, and I know tons of people that have done that. It's not something that's uncommon. I could wear these. I actually just wore these, and the only reason I'm making this video is because it was brought up from my recent experience. I wore these in the mall. We walked around for a little bit. I had them on for maybe 2 hours tops, and I came back and my heels were bleeding. The sizing on this, it fits. They do run a little bit big. I would size down. I didn't with these. That could be a little bit of a factor. I don't know. I've never had something that just tore my feet up so much, even though I love these. I love the look of these. They're not really expensive. I think they're $105 retail. You can still get them on StockX, probably under that. I don't know after all the taxes and fees, and it depends on the size. Let me know in the comments down below what you all think of this video, but also what you think of the Nike Blazer Mid 77 Vintage. I know that I think the reason I continue not to wear these as much is because the population is saturated with these. It's not necessarily me having to have something that no one else has, but these are everywhere. Comment down below what you think of these. Comment if you've had any issues when you've worn them as far as comfort, actually trying them on, or do you still have difficulty actually getting these on as well, or is it just me and just the overall quality of the shoe? Because the quality is actually really good, especially for a cheaper sneaker. Comment down below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to love life, love God, and love each other. God bless. I hope everyone has a good night and a good start to your weekend. We'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.